Since 2014, the Northwest Recycling Center has been serving the Maryville community and the Northwest campus. Every year, 1.5 million pounds of cardboard and 100,000 pounds of plastic are recycled through this facility. Let's take a look around. This is Chris Redden, the recycling supervisor. Chris, we're in the drive-through portion of your area. What's going on here?
This is where the community comes in and drops off their aluminum cans, plastic, paper and cardboard, tin cans, glass, and then newspapers on this side. So now we're over here in the Bale Room, what we call it. This is after the community drops off their cardboard, mixed papers, and their white paper. We run it through this big baler machine here, and it makes our bales, which our bales come out weighing about 1,600 pounds, and then from here we move them over to the warehouse. This is our warehouse where we store all of our baled products after we get them baled and through the machines. We have our mixed paper, our cardboard, and our plastics. The numbers that we have painted on them is after they come over our scales, we weigh them so that we know what we're loading on the truck, so we know how much weight we have going down the road. We're in the area where we sort all of our plastics that the community drops off, which is our aluminum, our different types of plastic, and it comes in, we tip it here, goes up the belt, and there's a man stands up there and he sorts the different plastics to go to the baler. These balers are what we bale all of our plastics with. This first baler here, it bales the water bottles, which is PET. The second baler back there, that green one back there, bales our milk jugs, which is HD natural. This blue baler here in front of us bales the HD colored, which is the detergent jugs, anything that's that colored plastic. And the far baler down there is the one that bales our aluminum cans.
I started working for Northwest 13 years ago. I started out on grounds, and then I moved over to the recycler center, which was not as big as it is now, of course, but I've been out here about 10 years at this place.
What is the big difference that you guys notice between on-campus recycling and the community recycling?
The number one thing would be contamination. The stuff that the community brings in has usually been washed out and clean and pretty well sorted, and it makes it so much easier for us to make it the final product. What we get off campus is all mixed up, and a lot of it's dirty and filthy, which we are not supposed to sell to our buyers. Basically, most of the stuff we get off the campus is not recyclable because of the contamination. I think they ought to do more at orientation, letting people know more about the recycle center. I think there ought to be more signage in the apartment or dorm rooms and stuff along that line, and just better educate the students.
What can students do to improve the recycling situation at Northwest?
If they could take a few extra seconds to wash out their recyclables and then keep them clean so they wouldn't be contaminated so we could sell them, it would help us a lot and help the university.
When I hired on at Northwest, I got hired as a hardscape laborer, and as it progressed along, we seen the need to try to reduce our trash here off the campus. So we started out just by recycling the pop bottles and the glass and stuff off of campus, and it's turned into what you see now.
What are some goals you guys would like to eventually meet with the facility?
We've already met some of our goals. Our first goal was we wanted to be totally sustainable through the recycle. We started out, we had a small budget for the recycle, and now our budget is just what we make by recycling and selling the plastics and the paper and cardboard that we recycle.
How important is the process of recycling in terms of climate change and the future of our planet?
Well, it's like I always tell everybody, if we don't start recycling and getting more recycling, if you just look at the amount of bales that we do through our small recycling center, just imagine what that'd be like over the world and how big of a pile that would be, or if it was in the ocean, how many pop bottles that'd be floating around. You know, that would be a pretty major hole that is going to take hundreds and hundreds of years for it to ever break down.
What would you encourage the community to do to be better recyclers?
My recommendation or challenge to the community The city of Maryville has 10,000 residents. University has approximately 7,000 residents. And I would challenge them to recycle 1 pound a month, which isn't nothing. 1 cardboard box, 6 beer bottles, anything would make a pound on something along that line. And if we get 17,000 pounds of recycle in 1 month, that would be 8.5 tons that would not go to the landfill.
Thank you for watching this episode of Amazing Things. If you'd like to see more KNWT content, click here. If you'd like to discover more amazing things, click here.